So, hello, here's a little video to tell you how, hopefully, to get fantastic marks in your PBAU English exam. And the title is a bit like a Gabriel Garcia Marquez novel, English PBAU in COVID times, and that's because new rules mean that the good news is that you can choose the questions you want either from option A or from option B. So that means that you can do questions 1, 2 and 3 from option B, for example, question 4 from option B, question 5 from option A and question 6 from option B. Now, this is good because you can choose what you want to do, but there are rules and regulations. You cannot split question 4. So either you do the whole question from option A or the whole question from option B. Now the bad news, or the trick question, is that some students think that if they do question 4, for example, in option A, and then they do question 4 in option B, examiners will choose the most correct one. Wrong. Examiners will correct the first whole question they find, which would probably be the one from option A. So remember to cross out the question you don't want to be used. So how does it work? So let's imagine that I'm a student. A tad difficult, I realise, with this white hair and all these wrinkles. And let's see how I would go about answering an English PBAU exam. So remember, these are my views, but you're not obliged to follow them. So to start off, I'll be looking at the 2020 September exam. And although you can pick and choose, we're going to imagine that I loved all of option A, and that is what I'll be looking at. Another important thing to remember is that the exam lasts 1 hour and a half, so you've got plenty of time to ace it. So finally, remember to bring pens and Tipp-Ex with you. English PBAU exam, or playing poker like a professional. Now, people who know me know that anything with a drawing or a photo of a dog is going to get extra points. I just like dogs. Anyway, the English exam is worth 10 points. Now, question 6 is worth 4 points, and question 4, the grammar question, is worth 2 points. Question 5, the phonetics question, is worth 1 point. These 3 questions are where you can show your mastery and skills. You control these questions. So I would definitely start with the essay because it's worth so many points, and you can use between 30 to 40 minutes to write the essay. If you start with the essay without reading any of the text, you won't feel tempted to use any of the ideas in the text, and so your essay will be unique and original. Then I would answer question 4 because grammar is mechanical and you have learnt everything you need to know about grammar. Do not spend more than 10 minutes on this question. Finally, go to the phonetics question and spend about 5 minutes at the most doing that one. That will leave you with between 35 and 45 minutes to read a text and answer the 3 remaining questions. So let the games begin. So here was the essay question, the composition question, and it was, why do you think most celebrities face so many attacks on social media? Do you think celebrities are put under too much pressure? Explain. So here we have a nice composition that has 2 questions, and it talks about celebrities and social media. So now's the time to put your thinking caps on and use the blank part of the essay question you will not be using to write your plan. Really important, please write a plan. Quick reminder, snappy intro, wonderful vocabulary, links between the 2 questions, connectors, and an amazing conclusion that wraps everything up without repeating something you've already stated. Also, please be careful to always explain any statement you've made. So here's a possible solution. Celebrities are no longer the untouchable gods they used to be, since social media has brought them closer to fans than ever before. And this has meant that celebrities have practically become members of our family, and it seems to have given both followers and detractors the right to give their opinions about their lives. Indeed, apparently, you are only famous if you post photos of your daily lives and receive adulation from your loving supporters. However, the downside to this is that you are opening yourself to attacks from critics who dislike your lifestyle or are just jealous. Furthermore, this negative side of social media means that celebrities are pushed to put on happy faces when they are not full of the joys of spring, as well as pressurizing them into leading what could be seen as perfect lives, with the subsequent constraints these entail, such as having flawless bodies, and this can lead to depression and mental health problems. Therefore, on balance, perhaps a celebrity's life is not all it is cracked out to be. Now, here I've put the number of words for each paragraph, and remember, the absolute limit is 180. Here you've got 177, playing a little bit with fire here, but you will get penalized if you write more than 180. So, part 2 of this and continuing, B, so 4.2, you have to complete the following sentence with the correct form of the word in brackets. So, in A, we have the verb choose, but we want a noun, so the answer would be choice. She had no choice but to delete her son's Instagram. And in B, we have the noun anxiety, but we want an adjective, so the correct answer would be anxious. 4.3, yes, a gift, a gift. It's a conditional sentence. It's a second conditional form to make a sentence that means the same as the first sentence. So in this case, it's if plus past simple, would plus infinitive without to. So it has to mean the same thing as the sentence they give you. So if she didn't receive so many offensive comments, she wouldn't delete the application. And this is a formula, learn it. Another gift, reported speech, let's go. I will block them on Instagram and Facebook, she said to me. She said to me that, introduction to statement, she, change of subject pronoun, would block, backshift for tenses, them on Instagram and Facebook. Perfect phonetics. So here you have to basically eliminate the words that you are sure of. And let's start with 5.1. So we know that cool and you sound the same. So now we have to decide out of these two, which one is totally different. And the answer is could. Doesn't sound at all like cool or you. Words number 5.2. Words starting in H. Which two are you sure about? Well, probably hello and how. And you can hear the H. And now which one sounds different? So which one would you pronounce without an H, the sound H? And here the answer is honor. 5.3. We've seen some of these words before, and we know that out and owl sound the same. So now we're looking at these two, and I think that you have to decide which one does not sound like out or owl, and the answer is slow. Regular past verbs, we've got to look for a T or a D. So if we looked, march, exit, fish, look, the one which ends with a T and therefore has a totally different sound from the other three is exited. And exited is the correct answer. The text and questions about the text. So you read it once quickly to get an idea, and don't worry if you don't understand all the words. The important part is the title. Why has Selena Gomez deleted Instagram? So we know more or less what the text will be about. Now look at the true and false questions and look at the text again. And the question is, Cristiano Ronaldo is more popular on Instagram than Selena Gomez. So let's look for Cristiano Ronaldo in the text, of course, and he comes out in the fourth paragraph, and that's the answer. Write true, or this statement is true because the text says Cristiano Ronaldo overtook her last year. Do not add anything else. Do not talk about numbers. Do not give your opinion. But remember to put true or false. In this case, true. Several celebrities have taken a social media break. And there are several answers which are acceptable, but you can only use one. My personal favourite would be the following. This answer is true because the text says, but Selena is not the first celebrity to take a break from social media. However, you could also have said, the popular English singer and songwriter Ed Sheeran announced he would be taking a break from social media too. Although as far as I'm concerned, it's not as good as the first answer, but it would have been marked as correct. And finally, actress Millie Bobby Brown also quit Twitter in June 2018. Again, it's not as clear as the first answer, but equally acceptable. Now, question 2, you've got to use your own words, and based on ideas from the text, you cannot give your opinion. Okay? And you have to reflect more than one reason. So here, what are the main reasons why Selena Gomez has deleted Instagram from her phone? The main points you have to include are that it made her feel depressed, played on her insecurities, got obsessed with negative comments. B, she received abuse from trolls, got overwhelmed by comments from fans. And C, it's unhealthy and dangerous. So a suggested answer could be, Selena Gomez has deleted Instagram from her phone because it led her being depressed and insecure, as well as being unable to cope with the unwelcome attention from trolls and her fans, and obviously her health and safety were compromised. Vocabulary. That's it. You've nearly finished the exam. So here you have to find in the text words or phrases which mean the same as the ones below. In the case of verbs, you have to use infinitive forms. Okay? So instead of putting eating or ate, which you might find in the text, you'd put to eat or eat. All right? So we've got number 1, and here the clue is before. If you look at the first paragraph, Selena is talking ahead of the release of her new film. Number 2, the clue is control. And if you look at the fourth paragraph, we can see that her assistant is in charge of her account. But you have to write an infinitive as the answer which is to be in charge of. And number 3, here for me the clue is not physically fit, therefore in the first paragraph you can find the answer unhealthy. And number 4, finally, too long is the clue here, and in the fourth paragraph you can find the word and answer which is lengthy. Final warning about question 3, the words do not come in order. So think about what the examiners are asking you to find and try to understand the synonyms. Nothing more to say but goodbye and good luck.